I wear makeup because it makes me feel truly like myself.
Seeing myself through the eyes of community that sees you as you are really helped me look at myself with more love.
When I came out, I got a lot more confident and a lot more comfortable in my skin and started even exploring and experimenting more with makeup.
When I moved here, that is where the community literally took me by the arms and took me by the wings and showed me the ropes.
In a world where we are made to hate each other, how do we hold space for love? In a system that makes you rely on yourself, how do we find community? In a society that always has a thing to say, how do we create self-love? In a place of social constructs and beauty standards, how do we define ourselves? How do we continue to show our authentic selves and become who we were always meant to be?
I am DeAndre Maxwell, a.k.a. known as Baby Moon Vineyard. I come from the beautiful island of Aruba. I'm a dancer, I host parties, I walk ballroom, especially the category body. I do my own makeup. I've been learning now for a few years, getting to learn my face and just doing the most.
My name is Eli. I am currently 23 years old. My pronouns are he, they, preferably they. I work as a bartender. I work as a door bitch. I'm a self-taught MUA and a drag artist. I do a lot of different things, but a lot of it is related to nightlife and self-expression.
My name is Jeanette Chedda. I'm 39 years old. I'm a speaker, I'm an editor, and I'm a model.
My name is Sharmila. I'm the founder and creative director of Fame Beauty. My pronouns are she, her, and I've been a makeup artist for about 5 years. I wear makeup because it makes me feel truly like myself. It's an extension of who I am and what I want to look like. It's especially been a really big part of my transition. It makes me feel like I can take on anything. I'm just that girl when I'm wearing makeup. Nobody can take me, nobody can push me back, nobody can hold me down because I just feel so much more powerful and confident.
I wear makeup because it's the one thing that completes me sometimes. And it gives the full fantasy. When I walk out my house, I'm a very confident person, but that makeup always gives me that extra that feel good, the dopamine releasing type of feeling. It just gives you this like armor.
I think makeup brings out my personality more because I love being extra. Like that's my baseline, and with makeup I can express more who I am.
I wear makeup to affirm my gender. I wear makeup to express myself, feel more at home in my body before and after transitioning, and just to have a good time, I would say. I like a lot of colors and a little glitter and being extra. I started wearing makeup around like 11 years old. I'm now 23. It really started with just, oh, my mom looks so pretty with makeup on, I want to look like that too. To becoming more alternative, thick black eyeliner, colored eyeshadow and shit like that, to, oh wait, people do this online, this is so sick, everyone looks so beautiful, I want to practice this way of putting on makeup and that way. And from all the things I've learned, I really noticed that it mostly has impacted the way I see myself. I feel very powerful with makeup on, without makeup as well. It feels so powerful in so many ways, whether I explore my femininity or masculinity nowadays. It just makes sense, almost always.
Makeup has truly been my ride or die throughout my entire life. The moment I discovered makeup, I immediately felt at home. It was the one thing I could do to make myself feel like myself in a world where I would constantly be reminded of all the features that I have that are not feminine enough. But then me as a person was always too femme, too much. I was asking for too much attention. Through makeup, I've learned to celebrate myself.
I have a lot to work with. And also I love the artistry of makeup because I think it's an art and it's a very creative process for me to like experiment with colors. I'm South Asian. My culture and tradition is very outspoken with a lot of colors and I really love it.
3 years ago, when I moved to the Netherlands, before that, I did not have a sense of community. I did not have anyone around me or people around me that would express who they really were. And I think when you correlate that together, it gives you a new outlook on life. When I moved here, that is where the community literally took me by the arms and took me by the wings and showed me the ropes. I fell in love with ballroom, which is something that I would have never experienced being on an island. And getting to know these people and having them around me and having them in my orbit gave me a boost of self-confidence that I thought I would never had. Ballroom is a community of people. It's a space where we come to express ourselves. And in this, we have different categories that people walk that are the categories that are in real life sometimes taken from us, things that are not meant for us. So here we come to express ourselves, walk these categories and walk against each other and win our grand prizes. It's a place where creativity is the key point, where you come to express your true self. And that's something that's insanely beautiful to witness and to experience. And for that to be the way for us as a community to convey what we really want and want to be accepted in our society, baby, you know nothing yet.
Wearing makeup makes me feel euphoric. It makes me feel at home in my body. It gives me a little bit of rest and a little bit of more security. Even though I'm pretty confident of myself, it gives me a little extra zhuzh. If we're talking about drag, for instance, it really helps me explore boundaries and who do I want to be in this world, you know?
My self-worth has developed pretty intensely, I think, especially growing up as a trans woman in a predominantly cis hetero town, and also coming into knowing about my disability in a later stage in life. I've only really had the past 2 to 3 years to really develop self-worth and really get to know myself. I was always getting so much pushback from my environment, and I just didn't know that much about myself yet. I was stuck in a feeling of survival and said, you know, I'm not gonna let that happen to me anymore, and took back the narrative and chose to live authentically.
Disabled people are very segregated from regular society. So that means we're not part of society. And that also means we're not part of the street image, we're not part of education. You can't see us anywhere. The position of disabled people in the society is also not very great, and we're being dehumanized all the time. My self-worth began very low. And internally, I always knew I had a lot of stuff to bring to this world, right? If you get these messages from society all the time, like implicit but also explicit messages about that your life is not worth a lot, you internalize that image. So finding community where I can just be myself and where my self-worth is very confirmed, because my inner self-worth was already there, was very healing, because this Dutch society really breaks down disabled people's self-worth. I think I've been looking for a community for 30 plus years, and then in 2018-ish I found this disabled community. And that was really the first time that I felt that I belonged somewhere, because I found all these people who saw me and what I had to bring to the table. Nobody asked me to bring something to the table. They just saw me for who I am, and they celebrated me. I could really flourish, and I'm very happy to have found these communities, because I believe that's where it is. This individualistic life, it's really damaging for everyone.
I've had a lot of ups and downs in security, trusting myself, and giving myself the space to grow, to explore myself. When I came out, I got a lot more confident and a lot more comfortable in my skin, and started even exploring and experimenting more with makeup. I have found a lot of people who not just showed me very unconditional love. They make sure I'm educated. They make sure that I'm open enough to learn, but still have the room to make mistakes and still be the best person that I can be. Even though I do come from a background that's really secure, it has helped me really appreciate those who carry this community and who just shed so much light.
I feel like being part of the community, being gay, being non-binary, I think that just adds like a next level to my daily life. It just makes me feel so powerful. I think throughout the years, my self-worth has grown to become my identity, actually. It has become literally who I am. And I think it stems from me having homebody, my family being literally only made up of girls. I have 5 sisters and my mom. So I grew up as the only boy and also the oldest. So I had to become that father figure for them, but also for myself. So at some point, who I needed to be was the only thing I could be. And being confident had to be the first thing I would put out into the world. Without me doing that, I don't think I would be standing here today and being the person I am right now.
My community has mainly helped me in my self-worth and self-expression through showing me what it's like to live as a trans woman. If it wasn't for my trans brothers and sisters and siblings, I would have never had the courage to even come out or live as open and expressive as I do now. I learned so much from young trans people, older trans people, but also just people around me. Seeing people live authentically and find ways to express themselves that I could have never ever imagined for myself has truly transformed me.
I think I grew up with a very negative image of makeup. I always really liked makeup, but always thought that when I didn't wear makeup, I was ugly. Also, some people told me. So yeah, that stuck. With community, I found ways to look at myself through their eyes. And that's with so much more love than I had growing up for myself. So I had times when I didn't even leave the house without makeup, like putting out the trash or something. I had a full face makeup. I played hockey when I was younger, and then 9 o'clock Saturday morning, full face makeup, and then go practice, right? Because I didn't want to go without because I thought I was ugly. But seeing myself through the eyes of community that sees you as you are really helped me look at myself with more love. So now I'm like without makeup more, and I'm comfortable with it, and I'm like, I still look good because I can look like this without makeup, but also, hi, it's me. With the makeup.
Makeup has impacted my self-worth and self-expression so much. It is the key point of how I feel my most confident. It is literally the thing that has brought me so much opportunities, so much clarity in who I want to be and how I want to express to the world. It's always been something that's been on my path that I feel that I would have ended up here, that I would have ended up doing makeup, that I would have ended up living the full fantasy of just going from a normal boy to like a full-blown Harajuku fucking Barbie. Like, it's insane the amount of power that makeup has. Coming from an island that's pretty much macho culture and not being able to express and not being yourself, my inner child is literally screaming at me and saying, I fucking love you, because the things I do are literally meant for this person that's inside me that's trying to live out the most wildest of dreams. And being able to just do that is so freeing.
I have the power to do with myself whatever I want and to express myself in whatever way is fit for me and what feels right. As a drag artist and as the queer individual, the line between me and my drag persona is getting thinner by the day. However, I don't always feel as safe exploring with makeup. There's so much happening in the world right now. I do reconsider where and when I'm putting on a mustache, for instance.
I don't feel like I can fully be myself in life yet. I think it's a process that will take years and years and years still, because there are always things about me that I will have to hide in society. I know that I will never truly be able to express how I feel, but I hope that one day I will be.
The world is not ready for me, even though I am. I focus myself on safe spaces to fully express myself. I do feel like I can become the most positive version of myself, but I do reconsider the places I'm in and what I'm wearing.
I think that I'm able to be myself around certain people, which is sometimes not the best way to live your life, but I feel because the community gives you that option, I feel like that's enough for me. For me, is when I'm around my people and when I'm around something that makes me feel good, I'm going to express myself completely. It's kind of scary sometimes to hold back, but I'm really sure about the people that I have around me, and I'm very choosy of who I want around me because I know that I want to express myself constantly. I need those people to also support that decision so that I can move forward and help them also move forward in life. So maybe right now society is not ready for me completely, but the people that I have around me and the opportunities that I'm getting and where I need to show who I am, that is where I need to be.
I think if you have the time to like experiment with makeup in this day and age, that's a privilege, because sometimes people don't even have enough time, energy, space to like survive at all. Navigating through this ableist society, not even only physical, right? It's also the social situation of how disabled people are treated. And I spend a lot of time on bureaucracy because that's how we do it in this country. It's really an extra job you have as a disabled person.
I think that trends are good in a way. I think they open us up to new opportunities and new things we can learn from. But on the other hand, trends are also kind of toxic because you see a lot of people will go with a certain aesthetic, then don't think about how it impacts them or how it truly makes them feel. It's just to fit in with the rest. And that's not necessarily what I would advise for anyone.
I feel like there has been a lot of fun things coming our way, but if we're talking, for instance, a lot of white people really like to snack things from Black culture and be like, oh, I invented this shit, and call it a trend, you know, the fucking lip from Hailey Bieber, you know, it's stuff like that where I'm like, sorry, but Black women have been doing this for ages and you're gonna reclaim this as if it's your own, like, literally shut the fuck up. And that's privilege, for instance. And I feel like if we're talking about trends in general, I think it's good to take inspiration. I think it can be fun, but I don't think people are considerate enough.
I kind of follow the trends, but I don't have time mostly because a lot of my energy and time goes to the bureaucracy, but also the bureaucracy triggers depression, so it's very complicated and it sucks.
My thing around trans and makeup and being non-binary and expressing, I think everyone should have that freedom to do it. Everybody should have that freedom to let go sometimes. I feel that is something that makeup also gives you, is that let go, that release, that I feel my complete puss, I feel my complete zhuzh, and that feeling, it feels so natural at some point that you want to do it 24/7. And I think once you reach that level, that like mindset of like, this is what it needs to be, you're gonna feel so liberated and not have to hold back. I feel everyone in every category of life should feel that.
I think people should really take their time and listen to their gut feeling, find people who they're most comfortable with to talk about that and explore that with. Depending on how comfortable you are with exploring things, take small steps. If you want to go from point A to B, you have A, A1, A2, A3, B, etc. You don't have to do it alone. You got a whole community behind you most of the times. And besides that, it can be really healing to go on a journey with another person who really understands you.
It starts at self-love. It starts at looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love who I see. I love who I want to be, and going fully for that person. If something scares you in this life, go for it. If something feels uncomfortable, tackle it, understand it, deconstruct it, and build it, because those are the things that is going to propel you in life and make you actually live a life that's fulfilled and filled with love and filled with people that are going to just show you an amount of love that you wouldn't even imagine. That is something that I've gotten from my family. My 4 sisters and my mom are my main rock, and it's because of them you see this person here today being able to express and put on makeup and feel my complete self. And being able to express in male or female, to me, it does not have a line.
I think the most important thing to know is take your time. You don't have to do it by yourself, especially you don't have to figure out what you want to be or how you want to look in one day. For me, community has truly been the thing that opened me up to the world. Every single day, the community just helps me feel secure in my being, and doing that alone just won't be the same. So I think finding community is truly the thing that will help us all feel more welcome in the world.
Maybe it sounds freaking corny, but I think a few things are very important. And I know this is theoretical and it's more difficult to do it in daily life, but it really starts with loving yourself more, knowing yourself more, and please find people where you can be yourself, because in this violent society, like this sexist, ableist, racist, transphobic, queerphobic, Islamophobic society is hella violent. So in order to survive, you really need your community. Love yourself, get to know yourself better, and find your community.
Sick.